Governor, this is happening at a time when we are rolling out the CBC. Is it practical to do that now, considering it's very involving?
Thank you. I think you have mentioned CBC. CBC, I have my own reservation, and I think we'll need another time when we can discuss.
Yeah.
Because I'm a specialist in curriculum development, and I have issues already in terms of what we are implementing as CBC in Kenya. Mm-hmm. And I will give you 10% success of CBC in Kenya.
10%.
And given a chance, I will qualify my statement. Because of reasons I've analyzed, I've seen all the documents, how we have developed, and I'm a bit worried, Trevor. And sometimes I wonder whether the people that we have in the Ministry of Education are serious. In fact, it has reached a point where I think I'm saying Amina was right when he said we are not ready for this thing. And given a chance, I will qualify that.
Please go ahead right now.
I don't know whether we'll have enough time because I have to take you through the processes.
Why you're giving it 10%.
Okay, Trevor, when you go to a doctor, she normally sends you to a laboratory.
Yeah.
So that we don't prescribe malaria tablets when we have pneumonia or something else. Mm. So I've seen the documents that we are relying on, informing the changes and the reforms that we have done as a country, all the way starting with they call it summative evaluation of 2009.
Yeah.
And then it came to Professor Odiambo report. Mm. And then whatever they are calling sessional paper number 2 of 2015, and then the basic education curriculum framework. Now, Trevor, it is very interesting. I went through the NEET analysis report. And this is not the opinion of the Council of Governors, it is my own opinion, and I'm not speaking as a governor, but I'm speaking as a curriculum expert.
Yeah.
That NEET analysis is not NEET analysis, and I would dare anyone to challenge me. Read that report. Even a layman can tell that it's not NEET analysis. So I don't know where we got our needs, because we have gotten a wrong prescription.
So CBC is not the answer.
CBC should be no. It will be a total disaster for us as a country.
Okay.
Based on that, you analyze all the other documents, even the framework itself, full of errors. And the framework, first of all, was supposed to give a very clear definition of the concepts, especially CBC. But when you see the description and the definitions given in that document are not correct. You go to the theoretical, if an expert who is coming up with a curriculum cannot differentiate between a learning theory and a theory of curriculum, then I don't know what direction we are taking, Trevor.
Yeah.
It means we have quacks who are masquerading as experts in curriculum. And we have entrusted the lives of our children to the wrong people.
Okay.
So I think we may need a national discourse on this issue, because we are headed to a disaster. Okay. We should have learned from other countries. For example, South Africa adopted this as a way of reforming their curriculum after the apartheid curriculum that was designed along the racial lines. But after 2 years, there were questions in South Africa. We cannot compare ourselves with countries that are endowed with resources. Mm. There are countries that can afford to take children from whatever grade 1 to whatever level, even without examining. But we cannot afford that in terms of the resources. We are already struggling. Mm. And let me tell you, not because I went through 844 system, but I think it was the best system in this country.
Okay.
But what we did, you know, and to be honest, even when you see the documents and whatever they are talking against 844, it is our policies because this was an education, and the philosophy was education for self-reliance. It was supposed to prepare the learners. Each level was supposed to be terminal, and you are equipped with basic skills where you can start your own business or do something like that. So we are not ready. But we went back on that through the policies that we have put in place. We removed technical subjects. We emphasize so much on theory and not practical. And by the way, the success even of this CPC is based on examinations. What we examined, what we are assessing. It will dictate what the teachers will be doing. So I'm giving 10% success of CPC. Now come to the challenge that we are facing relating with CPC. We have a challenge. And the reason why we have a challenge, we have to understand the underlying theories of this innovation. One, we have the social theory, which says that learning can only take place in a social context. So if we are saying we don't have our children interacting, of course that is already a limitation. And somebody, a doctor from Nairobi, had mentioned something close to that. That beyond the teacher standing before the children and teaching, there are other aspects that we cannot teach. The children learn by interaction. Then the other one is on constructivism, where the child has to interact with the environment and learn from that environment. So if we are limiting the children moving out and interacting with the community, experiencing things, then CPC will not work, because those are the two underlying theories that informs CPC. So maybe, Trevor, given a chance, and I will dare anyone, especially on data analysis, what we have captured in our curriculum framework, the way we have prepared our teachers, talk even to the experts themselves. I've interacted with one, and he has no idea what CPC is. And these are the people who are supposed to be preparing and training our teachers.
So I see Honorable Wilson Sosion here, who's also the NAT Secretary General, saying 10% is on the higher side. But we're talking about really the COVID-19 and the school operation system. Janet, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, a debate can go any direction, and everybody, but I do not want to criticize what the governor has said, and especially being a decorated educationist, you know. But I also think that maybe he has been a little bit busy with his governor role, so that maybe a lot probably has bypassed him, because there's a lot that has gone on in terms of thought leadership, you know, and so on and so forth. And I also think it's a bit unfortunate if you look at the people that are heading the various institutions, they're professors, they're doctors, and so I think they're experts in their own right. But I want to say that change is not easy. You know, and always when you want to bring a decision, even now what's happening with BBI, there are people who are pro and there are others who are this other way. So, and the idea is everybody coming to the table and everybody putting their thoughts here, because there is nobody who has got a monopoly of knowledge in anything. So when we sit down and you bring your concept and everyone brings their concept, and then we get one way forward. But I would tell you for a fact is that I'm also a proud product of 844, but I think there are certain criticisms of 844 that surely we might not want to live with. And I like saying that I sometimes sit here and trying to feel privileged that maybe I went through high school, I got very good grades, and I went to the university. But I also think about those people that were with me probably at primary school, very gifted in other ways that were not tested. But the system tested me in only one area that I was good at, and decided to move with me through and through. And moving with me through and through means that even government supported me, because I also got Higher Education Loans Board based on that assessment that was done at that level. Meaning, what I like about the concept of developing children's competencies and looking beyond the traditional what 844 taught and the cramming of facts and so on and so forth. Can we give an opportunity for everybody? As long as we are getting a system that gives every child an opportunity to fully explore their potential, I am in. And I think that is what CBC is about. It's about giving every child an opportunity, developing every child's potential, if we want to build a society that has everybody equal to the other person. But 844 as currently is, and I also think that he's done a very good analysis in terms of faith. Probably some of the failures of 844 are due to us, the way we went mutilating. You know, it's not as it was thought out. We went mutilating for factors such as lack of resources. Sometimes I was doing home science, but I didn't have my teacher there who was examining me for the stool. Did not even have a hammer, did not have a nail. Themselves, they don't know how to take me through constructing a stool. So what happened to children? We went, bought stools and brought, and we were examined. So I think 844 also suffered due to resource unavailability, and also how we are inconsistent in maintaining our policies. And so CBC might suffer the same fate. It could be a good framework, but it might suffer the same fate as 844 if government does not deliberately fund the implementation of CBC.
Okay.